We are in the desert and boy it is hot, which is the perfect transition to today's hot topic of building up the stadium. So this is a place where we build and host matches between hostile mobs. We still have a bunch of iron golems and villagers left over from the last match, where we had 100 trident drowns fight golems and villagers. This place needs a lot of work done, specifically the collection area. So underneath this is a ton of track, and that way we get all of the drops or items back that we used in the arena. And it would be nice to have like a general storage area for this place as well. And I'm thinking both of those places will be underground. The other thing we want to do is surround the entire arena with the pathway. This pattern here specifically. And to do that, we're going to need more emerald blocks and birch. So I'm going to get to trading and cutting a bunch of those. I think while we trade here, it would be convenient to have a low-tech area to chop trees. Then we can switch between trading, excavating the storage area, and chopping the trees. So this is where I'm thinking it'll work out best. It can't be tight against this path here because that will run into our underground pumpkin farm. So the first thing we'll do is we'll carve out and build this. So basically this is all just a funnel to catch most of the saplings and sticks that the leaves drop. So the leaves will decay and then drop into this area. Then we can go trade or do whatever. Then after we cut, we can go out and plant and just grab whatever's here. And this is just one more thing we can do while waiting for trades to refresh with our villagers. And so I can begin by planting a poop ton of birch trees down here. The wonderful thing about having a trading hall right here is anytime we're running low on durability, we can easily repair our tools very quickly. So usually I'm giving goods away like watermelon, pumpkins, iron, and gold, but I'll also show you where we get our name tags. So we get them from a librarian, and we actually go through a ton of name tags on this world, so it's very critical that we have like a triple or quadruple zombified villager that gives it to us for 1 emerald each. Alright guys, significant progress has been made on all fronts. So this is the start of where our storage area will be. You can actually see a bunch of the track from underneath the stadium that our hopper carts travel on, as well as the stadium frog lights. And we'll have that all cleaned up eventually as well. And it looks like we'll need a little bit more excavation too. Okay, so I've started roughing out the roof over our storage area, and I think we now have enough materials to put pathways around the entire stadium. I actually had a lot more emeralds than I remembered from last time we worked on this place. Yes, that should be good. And I believe this channel is overdue for a time lapse. This place is coming along awesomely. I probably overestimated the amount of materials by double or triple what we needed, so we will have plenty for next time we want to use those blocks. Which as far as sandstone goes, will be shortly, because I already have something in mind for the storage area. Alright, down here, this is the place we'll be transforming. So to help you get a bearing on this place, we have the stadium lights that can be turned off and on with pistons, and then we have the track underneath. And it looks like we have a mob messing up the hopper carts, showing why this place needs to be concealed. It looks like another one got stopped as well. Anyway, they all get brought to here, and I think... yeah, I moved a bunch of tridents to this double chest. So as far as design style, I think that what would make this place look the best is sort of like a desert oasis. So it'll be complete with like a large tree growing up through here. Probably a pond, and other vegetation as well. So, alright, we are actually just a quicker montage away from setting this place up. Okay guys, I think we got something going here. I love the way that the tree pokes through. And then, so this is just a regular jungle tree that I replaced all of the leaves with Exalia leaves. And I did so because Exalia leaves are bright green, unlike regular jungle leaves, which just look like crap in the desert. I don't know why, but don't tell Mojang. Anyway, down through here we have storage areas and then a pond in the middle. Over here is storage for raw materials. So we have deep storage elsewhere in the world, but we're always digging stuff around here. So it's nice to have a place to keep them, like intermittently. I used blue concrete to go with the water theme of the oasis. And then on this side, we have an item sorter that filters out all of the common items from our track. So basically the hopper carts bring the items now through here, and then they get sorted, and then the common items will get filtered out first. So our iron golems right now, they get in fights with hostile mobs over the night. So basically we have a bunch of those really common items that will get sorted out first. And then the last two spots are blank for whatever the unique stuff in the arena is. So yeah, this place is coming along nicely. Alright guys, I have a bit of a sad story to tell you, and it involves this magma cube jumping towards us right now. So this episode originally was going to be a Christmas special, and in it we were going to upgrade the arena, and then we were going to watch magma cubes fight snowmen, and wow, did everything go wrong. So wrong, in fact, that I almost dubbed this entire episode. So kind of a funny start to the whole thing. The failures began right away when I actually learned that you have about 2 seconds to get your snowmen a fire resistance potion. Otherwise they just die in the desert. So he just keels over and dies like instantly. This actually isn't a huge problem for the future. We have a river biome next door, and then we can just give the potion to them there and then bring them into the stadium after that. But where this plan really fell apart was about getting the magma cubes into the stadium. So obviously we needed to get them from the nether, so I built this nether portal above the arena, and they don't take fall damage, so we can easily get them to fall through. The only question was how to get them. So the first idea was horrible. I built a magma platform in the nether to get them to spawn. There are turtle eggs on the sides, so the pigmen just naturally go off, and then it's too short for gas to spawn. So that just leaves magma cubes where we could just get them and then bring them in after they spawn. So yes, that theoretically works, and in fact that's how we got the couple that we have in here. But I had my heart set on getting 100, and I wanted a majority of those to be the large ones. And we do have a much better place to get magma cubes in our world. And in fact, we even built it in the Let's Play series. So in the third episode, we made our Froglight farm. And this place gives us plenty for that. So I set up a rail on the top of the nether. It's about a 700 block journey. And placing it went a little bit quicker than you might think, just because it's on top of the nether. There's no blocks to clear. It's just a straight shot, basically. So the rail was placed, and it almost worked until this happened. So the chunks unload, and then they just stop. And that's it. They can't be moved. Minecarts will not push them. I cannot push them because they're bigger than the minecart, so if I go up to push them, I just take damage. So there seems to be no way to move them once they stop. And then, as I was trying to figure out solutions for that, perhaps we build a small arena on the overworld side of the Froglight farm. I don't know. But that's when I received the final gut punch. Snowmen damage blazes, not magma cubes. So I had the wrong mob the entire time. And that's a lot funnier 2 weeks later than it was at the time. So at this point, I wasn't really sure what to do because I had already sunk probably 30 hours into this before editing. And so what should I do? Should I pretend it didn't happen and just scrap the whole thing? What I did was I just kept releasing videos as if this didn't happen. But I think that we will make this into an episode. So we'll finish up a couple more things here, and then we'll just have basically an all-build episode. So what else do we need to do? Well, down here through this pond, we actually have access to the villager spawner that creates villagers and then brings them up through the well. So we do have to make this all nice and pretty, but we actually have to tune this up a little bit. So it is supposed to cap at 25 villagers and then turn a light on when it's full. And right now the system is tricked because we just have 2 villagers jumping and triggering the tripwire. So we need to drop this whole thing down a block and then also come up with a plan to make this look like a finished place. The system is fixed and we have this path cleared out a little bit more. And right now we have this kink. And I'm tempted to just straighten this whole thing out and just make it a straight shot. And then just change the entrance from the pond to just go straight down and then straight over. But I think we'll leave it, and then that will give the space just a little bit of character. I've also given more thought into the design, and I think we'll just continue the desert oasis theme down here, with leaves, water, and plants. And just like that, this place is cleaned up. So we have these accent walls that come up and over, and then each of these go to a different area. So we have 3 of them total. So the first one just goes to a place to access redstone related to the lights and some other things at like a different part in the stadium. And this one is the redstone related to the automatic villager breeding system. And there's actually a lot of stuff back here because we signal from above to send the villagers up, and then we also need like a counter and some other stuff as well. But then third and final is the finish side of the automatic breeder. So we'll just continue with the modern blocks as well as like the vegetation through this space as well. And yeah, I think that this turned out pretty good. I've never done an all build episode, and arguably this wasn't completely one either. But thank you guys regardless. Hope you guys took some pleasure out of my misfortunes. I think all in all we made some great progress on the stadium today, and I think that that's what's really important. Thanks guys.